Hey, you're here. I've been talking to myself for 5 minutes.
I know.
Well, no, actually, I have a lovely amount of people joining, which is lovely. So, hi, everybody. We're talking about books.
Yes.
So, let us know in the comments anything that you, if you're writing, you've read a good book, you're reading a good book, you want to talk about anything that you need to know, we'd love to talk to you. So,
Yeah.
KJ Waters, how are you?
I am fine. Suzanne Kelman. I'm doing well. Right? Would you like to tell them who we are and why
I will tell them who we are. I'm Suzanne Kelman. This is KJ Waters. We together collectively are Blondie and the Brit. We have a podcast with nearly 100 episodes on it, all about writing. So if you are a writer, go over and check that over, either on iTunes or on Podbean. There's some great information there about the writing process, about getting published. Lots of different authors talking over there. Not all us. We're asking them questions. And we like to get on here on TikTok on a Friday and just kind of chat about books, chat about what we're working on. We always have a little bit of a theme, and today our theme is going to be tools that you can use as a book marketer. If you're marketing your book, we have a bunch of tools that we use, and we want to share them with you just in case. And please, if you have great tools that you love too, feel free to share those with us as well. So KJ, tell us, let's get started then. What is your first favorite tool that you like to work with book marketing?
Yeah, there's a lot, but one of them I just recently got and I'm madly in love with is called Atticus. And it is a formatting tool by Dave Chesson, who does the Kindlepreneur. Thank you for the likes. I'm not sure who's sending them, but thank you very much. I've been using this just for a month or two, but it has saved me 5 or 6 hours in formatting process. So I take a book in Word and I upload it into Atticus. It's about $150.
So can I just ask a question? So just so that people know what that means, you're talking about when somebody's finished a book, this is how they format it for Amazon, because you can't just put a Word document into Amazon, or you can, but it doesn't look right? So this actually is that in-between tool that takes what you've written and makes it look good in the book, right? Is that what? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it's formatting, but it's formatting for a paperback, which you have to have like the page numbers. And if you've ever used Word and tried to paginate, it's very finicky.
Paginate.
Paginate.
Look at you with your posh words.
My posh words, paginate.
I don't paginate very often, but carry on.
You don't paginate. Well, I'm a paginator.
You have to be a paginator with your job. You actually work with people.
Yes.
That do this. So, yeah.
Right.
Just on the sideline, KJ is a consultant and she works with authors all the time, helping them with their books, get them into the field. If you are in need of any kind of help, KJ is a good person to reach out to. So I just wanted to make sure people knew that you were cool. Carry on.
Thank you. I appreciate that plug.
Thank you for the likes, whoever that was. Thank you.
Yay. So so Atticus, I've been really happy with it. It's a new tool by Dave Chesson, who does the Kindlepreneur site. If you haven't been over there, kindlepreneur.com. He's got lots of great tools, blogs, all kinds of information on independent publishing and the book marketing process and, all that kind of stuff. But so Atticus is similar to what Suzanne uses, which is called Vellum, which is only for Mac, but Atticus can be for Mac or for PC. And it is so much easier. I feel like a lot of times I'll format and it looks great, and some reason in Word, as soon as you save it, it like undoes some of the stuff because there's one little weird setting somewhere. So I've really enjoyed it.
I'm not a big fan of Word, honestly. When it comes down to it, I find that's the kind of thing that it does all the time to me.
Yeah, it has all these little persnickety things. So I've been really happy. Talk about is that another word you like, Suzanne?
I like it. You're full of them today. Yeah, like I should be writing them down. Persnickety,
pagination. What about Vellum? You've used Vellum.
Yeah, I have used Vellum actually, and I do like it. I think what I like about it is you you can put up lots of different fonts and it looks completely different. They will give you like suggestions for if it's a, horror, it should be this, maybe this kind of font, or, if it's comedy, you're going to, more like this. And they give you ideas for pages and different things you can put on, like little, graphics, which is great, which I think makes a book really look, I bounced you, which makes a book look more professional. So I think if you are doing your own work, if you are not giving this out to somebody, I definitely look at either, and you're going to do more than one, vellum or what was it called? The one that you were talking about, Atticus.
Atticus, yeah.
Atticus, yeah. So definitely worth that if you are thinking of publishing. It's definitely a very helpful tool to have. It makes your life a lot easier, because I have uploaded from this is before Microsoft Word into what do you call it, their own, Amazon's own brand of whatever that is, and it's not very user friendly. I'll be honest with you, it's a little challenging. So,
and you can't upload to Amazon a Word document for the ebook because they need an EPUB, and this converts what you put together for paperback into both formats, ebook and paperback. When I would do it through Word, you would have to take it to another site. I use Draft to Digital to convert it to an EPUB, but then I'd have to do 2 different versions, and it was a lot of work, a lot of extra work. And Draft to Digital, I'm sorry, my phone is dinging. I have someone in my messenger. I don't know what they're doing, but if you're watching this and you're in my messenger, stop.
You didn't ding over here. Okay. This is good.
Kind of crazy. But Drew Shaney is sending me 1 million likes. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You're a beautiful, happy person.
Do you know who that is?
I'm not sure who that is, but thank you.
Thank you.
Right. So that's for formatting. One of the other tools that Suzanne and I use a lot and absolutely love it is ProWritingAid. We both use it Grammarly, but let me pitch the ball to you. What do you like about ProWritingAid?
I think with ProWriting, honestly, the thing that I use the most is the, changing out the adjectives in it. I love the fact that, because for me, I get stuck in the same words, and I like a lot of flowery words. Some people hate that, but that's what I like. I like it to sound pretty. So it's like, for me, I get stuck in the same ones. And so honestly, what I use ProWrite, there's so many things it can do, but that's what I use it the most for, is I will throw a document in, I will see what words come up and what the different types of words, and it gives you all sorts of words you don't even think about. You go, oh yeah, of course that word works. And it's really fun, because particularly if you're writing, say, either a fast pace or a romantic scene, something like that, you tend to use the same words because you can't think of another word, and so this helps a lot. So I must admit, that's what I use ProWritingAid for the most. What about you, KJ?
I absolutely love it. It has a bunch of tools. So what you can have it so that it actively changes your, it's like spell check that's live as you're typing, but then you can take like a chapter or 2 and upload it directly in there, and it gives you probably 10 or 12 different tools that you can have it look for passive voice. You can have it look for everything. You can have it look for sticky words. Do you know about sticky words, Suzanne?
Yeah, hold on.
Sticky word.
Yeah, no, I don't know what a sticky word is, KJ. Carry on. What's a sticky word?
A sticky word is a word that adds volume to your sentence but doesn't add anything. So, and, the, in, short little phrasing words.
A word like, would that be like a word like just?
Just
right. Be a sticky word? Okay.
Right.
Because I do use that one. Another one I'm always crossing off is well, because that's very British. Well, let's go and do something. And I remember somebody saying there's no power in that word. And I'm like, it's true. What is the point of writing the word well? But it's just how we speak. So,
Yeah, exactly. So that, like, if they have a really high sticky sentence, it just clogs down the reader. They get all this extra stuff. They're not getting any information, and it's tiresome. And if you're trying to get your word count down, which is something I'm always trying to do, it's a good way to just trim down your prose to make it a lot more efficient. The words you're delivering are powerful. And then I really love what you're saying is they have a thesaurus built in. So it suggests words for you to use instead. And so it's really powerful. And in one, like, you just throw in, one of your chapters, and it goes through, and you can have it look at, passive voice. You definitely want to make sure you have as little of that as possible. So I love it. I think it's a great tool.
I think passive voice is the thing I'm always fighting. I would love to have like a passive voice editor that I could just send all my passive words to and they would come back, because sometimes for me to try and figure out how not to make it passive is challenging. And I know you don't need that a lot, but I do like my passive voice. And so I need one of those. I need a depacifier. See that word?
I like that. I'm going to send you a pacifier and put a D on it. And you'll have a
D. I want a depacifier. Thanks very much.
Hilarious. Oh my God. Yeah, but this ProWritingAid, if you give it the passive voice, it's in there. If you have it look at everything, or if you could pick specifically passive voice, maybe it'll help.
And it does help, actually. ProWritingAid does do good with passive voice. It gives you good examples of how to change that sentence.
Yeah, and it makes it so that you don't have to think super hard, because it gives you suggestions.
I love it when you write "he died" and it goes, "This is passive voice." And you're like, "How else am I going to say he's dead?" It's like,
yes. Deal with it, ProWritingAid.
He is passive now. Trust me.
That's so funny. Drew Shaney is still sending me likes. Thank you so much. You are awesome. Okay, so we've hit an editing tool and we've hit a formatting tool. What about marketing tools, Suzanne? Do you have
good
favorite marketing tools that you?
I think probably I think, hi, somebody's liking me now. Why am I always the only one here? I must be so special. You are so special. Clues. Yes, we actually just do these for you. You didn't know? No one told you? You didn't get that memo? We're glad to have you, even though you're the only one in mine. But Kate has got people over in her, so she's good. And we really do these. We just want to be available, and we also put these up on YouTube and other things. So we just want to keep putting it out there, and it'll come back. We know. So, but we're really glad you're here. Tell us more about what's going on with you this week. So yeah, my favorite tools. We were just talking about our favorite tools for marketing is Recurpost. And Drew is over here now sending me likes. What a nice man is he. Thank you, Drew. We appreciate that. So Recurpost is it's a way of doing social media where posts go out all the time, because sometimes when you're busy, you don't have time to keep adding posts, and you want to engage your audience all the time. I love engaging my audience and I love chatting to them, but coming up with a post every day sometimes it's just outside of my ability with all the other things I'm doing. So Recurpost will actually set them and send them out for you. And I've used a few different ones. We've used what are the other ones we've used, KJ? Because we've done the same. I don't think the names. We did Buffer, and what was the other one?
Hootsuite.
We've done all of those, and they were all great, but you had to keep like adding it. Once that tweet had gone out or that post had gone out, that was it. It was dead, and you had to start all over again. Whereas with Recurpost, they will hold on to them so that you can keep using them, recycling them, which is fabulous. And so for me, what I do is I set up my Recurpost by month. So like I've got lots of, right now, if you go to my Facebook page, I have a lot of summer posts going out. Ice cream, people in pools. You don't want that in December. So it's like it's Recurposting for this month. And then I just, once that month is done, I just stop the post going out. I stop that like they call them libraries, I think. I stop that library going out, and then I hit on the next library for the next month. So that then, next month when we're more fallish, there'll be hot chocolates and quotes and things. And it's really great. It's a great way to engage your audience, because I always respond when people, go, hey, I love it or whatever. I just don't always have the energy to be putting them out there and finding posts. What about you, KJ? What do you use Recurpost for?
Oh, I do that. Absolutely. Then if I have a library for each of my books. So I have content that I've created that's like, some of it is I've pulled from Amazon reviews. So you have like a quick little piece of that, and then send them a link to my book on Amazon. Other things, of course, you've got to have content, like you're saying, that is connected to reading, to people in your genre, to like, I have, different elements of history in my book. So like the Great Fire of 1666 in London, the Great Fire of London.
Your posts are so much more highbrow than mine. I think I had a joke about, like, my joke this morning was like, I like to sing about The Lion Sleeps Tonight I win my way, or whatever it was. I don't know, but it was ridiculous. But it made me laugh.
It was
so
cute.
I put it out there.
Yeah. And so, for example, today my books are all on sale. Get all 3 of these books for only 99 cents on Amazon.
So you heard that right. She said 99 cents for every one of them, not 99 cents each. You can get all 3 books for 99 cents.
99 cents. This one's completely free. Stealing Time is the first one in the series. So, the reason I'm bringing this up partly is to sell my books, but also I put all this in Recurpost so that it's promoting, and then you can pick an end date. So at the end of
my friend SQ says, "Are you kidding me?" I know. I said the same thing when she told me today. I was going, all that work, KJ, for 99 cents? It can't be real. Go get them. She's a great writer. Show them the first one so she can look at the cover. It's called Stealing Time by KJ. It's the blue one, KJ. Stealing Time by KJ Waters. And it's a series. So if you're looking for a thriller, back in time travel, science-y, fiction-y, fantasy story, this is all 3 books, one after another. So you can do this all weekend. You can sit by the pool all weekend and read KJ's fabulous work. So please go and buy it. So because I know, I mean, I was impressed too. I'm like, I might buy your work, even though I've read it, but it's like I might go do that.
Go do it. So these 2 are completely free. So if you just want to jump into one and make sure you like it first, Shattering Time is the second book, and then Killing Time is only 99 cents. So if you jump and grab all 3, you won't have to.
And is Killing Time the last one? It's the third one, right?
Killing Time is the third one. And this one, she goes back in time and she meets Jesse and Frank James, although they're under an alias. And so they're back in time.
I remember when you were researching all that. It was so fun for you when you were doing all the Jesse James stories. So basically, the first 2 are free, and then if you're hooked in, you don't have to pay until you get to the third one, right?
Yeah, and it's 99 cents for the third one. So, I mean, if you're interested in that kind of thing, but the whole point of me bringing this up also was that we have I put all this in Recurpost so that all my Twitter feed, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Well, does it do LinkedIn?
Yeah, it's LinkedIn.
It shares my sale to all of those platforms, and I can set it all up the week before or 2 weeks before when I set it up on Amazon for my free days. And you might be saying, why is she giving her books away for free? Well, when I'm in Kindle Unlimited, which is part of Amazon, that if you're an independent author and you publish that way, people that join the Kindle Unlimited plan get any books they want in Kindle Unlimited for free. I get paid per page read. So when I put my books up for free, it sounds like I'm not getting paid, but actually I end up making a ton of money
but it doesn't cost the consumer, which I love.
Right.
They are already in Kindle Unlimited, and so they get it for free, which is kind of cool.
Right. And right now, Stealing Time, last time I looked, was number 5 in time travel fiction category. It should get to number 1 later today, hopefully, especially if y'all guys go look at it. But and then I haven't looked at the other 2. I was kind of busy running around this morning. But doing the free helps my visibility for my books. So if you're in Kindle Unlimited, think about you get 5 free days every 90 days that you're signed
up. And you're
up.
talking about writers, not readers here. They get 5 free days to use it Kindle Unlimited, right?
If you're in KDP Select, which is publishing on Amazon, and it's called Select, where you promise that your ebook is only on Amazon for 90 days, and then you can, re-up that. Then you get to sell your book 5 free days a month, and you could spread those out or stack promotions around those couple of days. So I think when I'm in there, which I am right now in all my books, that to get more visibility, so people maybe get the first book for free, then they're going to look at the other 2 and buy them at full price later. It's just a good way to build visibility for your books, increase your rankings, and then you have, you're building new readers and all that kind of stuff. So, and then I get the page reads on the other end. So it's a good way to sell your books if you're exclusive for your ebook. Now I can put my paperback anywhere, so it doesn't affect the paperback sales for other platforms.
Cool.
Anyway, so Recurpost, we are madly in love with it. We did a bunch of research, have tried several out, and are very happy with it. If you're interested in Recurpost, do we have a coupon through them, Suzanne?
I can't remember. We probably do. We should. If there is, I'll put it up on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So when I put this up on YouTube, which will be next week, because we're a week behind right now. So I think what's going up on Monday is last week, right? We haven't done that yet, or have we?
And last week.
Yeah. So it's a little bit behind. It's summer, so we'll be going up on Monday. So this time next week, if you are interested in Recurpost, there will be a little coupon there if we can find one for you.
Yeah, there is one.
Cool.
Okay, so that's in terms of like social media marketing. There's another one called Tailwind that is
yes.
Pinterest. Now, let me tell you something about Pinterest. Here's a fun fact for you. Anything that you put on Pinterest is indexed for Google. That means if someone's looking for Suzanne Kelman and they put something up on Pinterest, it will come up very near the top of a Google search. So it's a really good way. It's not just a marketing and a social media platform. It really is an indexing platform, and it is a great thing for your brand because it gets your name up there. As people are looking for you, they can find your books and you. So it's kind of an important tool. So tell them about Tailwind, Suzanne.
So Tailwind is similar to Recurpost, except it has two. It actually is there are two sides to it. One side of it, thank you for the likes. One side of it is like you can have something recurring. Like let's say I want to put my books out there all the time, so they're always love Pinterest, me too. So they're always going out. But also you can actually have them so they go out once and they can go out once. So you have like two sides of Tailwind, and there's also communities in there that you can join and work together. I haven't really delved into that because I'm trying to keep my options open with all my social medias because there's so much to think about. But there is lots of things that you can do. And what I love the most, I think, about Pinterest is it has the longest lifespan. That's what they say. They say once something goes out on Pinterest, what did you say? Was it 2 months, 3 months? It can have a real, how much?
45 days.
45 days. So that one post, 45 days of exposure it can have. So that, compared to a Facebook post, which everyone's forgotten about the day after, Pinterest is a great to be out there and do that. How do you not get overwhelmed with all the social media? That's a good question, KJ. How do you not get overwhelmed by all the social media? Recurpost does it all for me, honestly, to be fair. Yeah.
Has helped. And then I like what I do. I do most of my social media, like responding to people and sharing through my phone. So in between, like I take a break from my writing or I'm waiting for my kid in the car, I'll get on, to my phone and reply to people. But the Recurpost kind of keeps it all active out there, getting my posts out so that I can spend the time on actually interacting with the people, which is really important. It's
so you can be more spontaneous. If you've got Recurpost going out all the time, which we both do, it means that when you're having a down day or you're like in between edits, then you can actually do work on Pinterest or you can do work. And I do the same with Tailwind. I mean, I really sometimes I'm a year ahead with Tailwind as far as getting books into there. Well, you know what I do? And this is my little trick is I go onto NetGalley. What I want my Pinterest to be very book focused, and I want people to come to it who are looking for book recommendations. So I literally have books recommended in January, books recommended like just through the year on my Pinterest page. So what I do is I go into NetGalley, and you can just hit something in Tailwind that just pulls up all the graphics on that particular page. So if I go into NetGalley, I'll have 30 books on there that are all coming out. So they're not out yet, so they're brand new, right? So I will then go in and I'll put them all into Tailwind, into the months I think they work best for, and then that's all stacked up. So I know that so I'm helping other authors because they're getting their book out as well. But it also means that people who are readers for me, and they're books that I only kind of choose books that I would read. I don't put horror in there, anything like that. But anything that I would love, I just go and put it in. And so you can go to my Pinterest page, look up like books to read in July, and there'll be so many books and so many books you've not even seen because so much we see on NetGalley doesn't always get out into the bigger crowds, because then maybe it's self-published and there's some great self-published books out there, or it's a small press, or it's, whatever. So I like to be able to give other authors as much exposure as I can. And that's how I do it, is through Tailwind, my little way of giving back to authors, so.
Genius.
Look at me, I'm a genius. You can also do it with an Amazon page. You could go onto Amazon best-selling historical fiction, which is what I write. And once you hit that button and all the different covers come up, I put all those in really quickly. It takes me like that's 15 posts, and it's just gone in. And it took me like a second to do it. You do have to put a keyword in there. You can't not put anything in, and you have to decide where it's going. So it takes a little bit longer, but I actually it works great for me. I do different things with different social media, I guess. So I hope that answers your question. We leave them as much to Recurpost, the bots, to take that out. Then we respond to anybody who actually responds to those posts. And then when we've got downtime, we then do a little bit more. And this is kind of this TikTok thing for us is like another way. We've committed to every Friday doing this. And then this goes up on our YouTube channel. And it also goes out in social media as well, because, there's a lot of authors out there that are trying to figure it out. And we get that. We remember that. And so we want to support and help authors. So, yeah, we do sell our books, but that's not really what we do. This is not what we're doing on a Friday, even though KJ's got like 3 for 99 cents, which is ridiculous. Don't even wait. Go to Amazon. Get our books. Look at you go, girl.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's great advice. Tailwind. Okay. So the thing about Tailwind is that you have to create a pin in Pinterest. And then it has what it does is when you've signed up, it allows you to take anything around the internet and just automatically share it to Pinterest. And then from there, you can make a Tailwind post of it. But it has a little schedule. So you can put it in if you've got a promotion, you can make sure all the slots that it goes in. You can do a couple that are recurring. And the nice thing about Tailwind is that there's little boxes that you can click so that it shares to your Twitter feed automatically and your Facebook. So this content goes to 3 different places without you doing a whole lot. You're just clicking a couple buttons.
So my husband is retiring. You know this, right, KJ? And one of the main things I'm going to have him do, because he said he's going to help me like a couple of hours a day, which would be so helpful, is things like this, things that you don't have to really think about, but just take so much time. So I'm going to have him do a whole bunch of Tailwind posts for me for the next 6 months, because I'll just take him into the different places and he can just do that. And that I think will really help with that, because I'm always growing my audience in Pinterest and I do very little over there apart from this. So
you hire him out for
anybody want an old engineer?
I would love him to do my Tailwind too, because it's the same well, yours is more historical. Well, I guess
he's a little slow and technology isn't always his friend, but he is very willing and helpful, and he's around the place just for me to trip over, so he may as well be doing something for my business.
Well, smart guy. I think in a month he's going to know more about this than you do, because that's the kind of
he'll probably know how the engineer of it works. He won't really understand the whole dynamics of marketing, but he'll be able to tell me exactly how to make it work.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are our 2 social media sites. There's a few other things that I really like. Do you want to talk about MailerLite? That's one that we've talked.
Sure, we can talk about MailerLite. MailerLite is our email server. I guess, is that what you'd call it? A server? I guess I don't know what it is, but that's if you join my mailing list, and you can go over and do that at SuzanneKelmanAuthor.com if you want to. You will get a free reader's companion so that you can keep a check of the books that you've read this year if you join up. And anytime I have a book on sale, I don't blast out things all the time. Anytime a book is on sale, anytime I think I've got a book coming out that you might be interested in, I'm going to blast out this for KJ on Monday, because this is such a great deal. I want to get her up to number 1 if I can. Yay! So I'm going to try and do that. So yeah, SuzanneKelman.author.com. You'll get your free book. You also, and I'm sorry, we're talking about MailerLite, but you give them yours as well, and then I'll talk a bit more about MailerLite.
Yeah, kjwaters.com. If you sign up for my newsletter, you will get first 5 chapters of Stealing Time, first 5 chapters of Shattering Time, the first 2 books, and then I have a Blondie in the Water, like a little memoir type thing that's only available through my reader magnet. And each month, like I just put my newsletter out this morning, I have author friends like Suzanne that give away free copies each newsletter, and then I have like a $10 or more contest. So I try to do one once a month, so I'm not like overwhelming you, but there's always something that you can win in mine. So
I know I love your newsletter. I'm like, what can I win this week? It's kind of fun. So yeah, but what MailerLite basically, that they do all that for you. You put all your addresses into there. The formatting of the newsletters is really easy. Like we used to use MailChimp, and I didn't find that very user friendly. But if you want, we actually did a video a couple of weeks ago about the pricing of different email marketing. You can go back and look at that if you want more detail about that. That'll be it's up on YouTube. But yeah, so we love MailerLite because it's simple, it's intuitive, it's easy, the formatting's good, and it's just an easy. I think it's my favorite. It is kind of like the easiest way to use to do that.
Yep. And the stat that we put in that video was that email marketing is 40 times more easier to reach readers than all social media combined. So if you're debating about starting a newsletter, think about it. Look at MailerLite. There is
it's
a $20
worth it.
It's free for the first 1,000 subscribers. So if you're building your list, it's an easy way to try it out before you have to pay anything. And then, the prices go up based on how many people you have. But hopefully, if you've got a bigger list, it's worth investing that money because you've got a lot of people on there that are hopefully buying your books and supporting that. So,
Cool.
So let's see. So MailerLite is we're calling it a tool because we use it for our newsletters. There's a couple other ones that I use. I don't think that you use them quite as much, but I talk about Genius Links all the time.
I used to use Genius Links, but then Amazon banned me. So now I can't use my Genius Links. I'm out of here, baby. I got banned. But you carry on talking because it's great. Genius Links is great.
She broke some rules.
I didn't know, but I didn't know I was breaking them.
It
true. Wasn't like I went out to break rules. I didn't know, and then I found out afterwards.
Well, she doesn't mean Amazon banned her that she can't publish there.
I can publish. It's just I can't use Genius Links anymore.
Right. Well, there's an affiliate link. So if you're not familiar with that word, is if you take like I use Genius Links to share the links to my books on Amazon. That is an affiliate.
Thank you for the likes. Carry on.
Gives people, like anyone that goes to Amazon, let's say they go to Amazon and they look at my book, but they don't buy it, but then they go buy a refrigerator. I get a percentage, anything that they purchase in that 24 hours. So that's Amazon Associates. And you can sign up and get all those for the different countries that your books maybe go out in. But then, like when I do, these are the top 5 books I've written that I've read this year. I use a Genius Link on all those, and it gives me the affiliate links. It's sending people to Amazon. So Genius Links help you track that. But I also use it for market research because I'm doing several different promotions. I can use a different Genius Link, label it differently, and see how many people have clicked on that link, where they're from. Are they using their computer or a phone? And that matters in terms of the graphics they're using. If you have a little tiny graphic and people are looking at it on the so it gives you some great information. If I'm doing, you can do an A/B test to see. It will send half of the people to one link and half to another link, and you can kind of see if like your wording or your graphics make a difference in how many people are reacting to it. So there's.
So I just have to say, KJ, Noelle is in the house.
Noelle
Hudson is in the house, and she will be our guest next Friday. She is coming on over to tell us all about her new book that is coming out in November. Is it October? Tell me, Noelle. I know it's soon. And she writes scary stuff. So if you like scary stuff, Noelle is the girl to talk to. She said she's laughing at us. We love you, Noelle. Well, I do. Yeah. And so I know KJ will when she gets to meet you too. But she has a great story and a great past. It's going to be an interesting writer to talk to because of the way, she can't wait. Look, we can't wait either. It's so much fun when we have somebody to talk to because otherwise we just have to talk to each other, which is fine too. We love it when we have somebody new, and we love to promote if we can. And you're going to be the first time we've had 3 people, so it's going to be kind of scary. I did me and Kim a couple of weeks ago, and that was great. So it's the first time we're going to try 3 people. So me and KJ will try and stay on top of our. We've done that before for interviewing, so we'll try and stay on top of not speaking over each other and all that kind of stuff that you have to think about when there's 3 people in the room. Because I'm so quiet and sweet and, you know, non-verbal.
So timid and no, we're very excited. So what we're saying is that we're having a 3-way next week. So tune in.
Okay.
No,
I'm a little old for that, but yes, I'll give anything a go.
Sorry, Noelle, I didn't mean to go there, but
yeah, you did. You went there, KJ Waters. So shy, Suzanne. I know. I'm just such a little tiny, flower.
No, but I think we love to ask about the writing process. We love to find out what marketing tactics they're using, what challenges that they've had. I mean, it's just so much fun for us.
So you need to be awake, Noelle. We're ready. We're going to be finding out all about what you're doing. But you really want to hear about your work, your process. We want to hear about, how you got the other books you've got out. Because Noelle did really, her books have done really well. She's been very modest in the world, but she's got incredible reviews. In fact, we will do our, you beat me to it, KJ. That's funny. So, but she's been very modest, but I know her books were received. I didn't read them because I'm not always good at thrillers. I don't sleep otherwise, but I heard really good reports about her books. So I'm excited to talk to her about them.
Fun. I need to, because I love thrillers. That is
you need to go read her book. And that cover was so great. Remember with the yellow writing on it? I haven't forgotten it. It was a great cover.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Excellent. All right. So other tools, Genius Links, I think is amazing. Go to their site, genius.link.com.
Do you have a coupon for that, KJ?
I probably do have something. We'll put all this in our YouTubes. My YouTube is KJ Waters.
Yeah.
And hers is Suzanne Kelman or Suz Kelman.
I know Suzanne Kelman over on YouTube.
Suzanne Kelman on YouTube. So we'll have our full episodes, all of them that we've done in the series up there, and then we'll.
So if you've missed anything of today, we've been talking all about book marketing, how to market your books, and the tools that we use, from Recurpost to Genius Link. So if this is something you're interested in, then make sure you go check the whole interview out on YouTube.
It's a movie.
We're a whole movie now. See, we moved up, Cage. So what else? So we've done formatting, we've done marketing, we've done Pinterest. What else was the next one?
Okay, so I have a couple that I use for market research, and the very best one that I've run into is called Klytics. The letter K dash LYTICS.com, and he does market research specifically on what is selling on Amazon at that moment, ebooks, and he looks into, so if you're just trying to figure out where does your book fit, which categories on Amazon are selling really well. There's some that are really hot, some that are oversaturated. The mainstream market is full of books in that genre, but what you're trying to find is one of your categories should be a niche, a very small but top selling category. So he gives you great information by genre. So he just put out a mystery, crime, suspense genre report right now. It gives you the top 100 in that genre. It gives you the covers, the blurbs, the categories that they're using.
And do you pay for that? How do you pay for that, KJ?
Yeah, they're usually $37 per report, and so you probably don't have a ton of different categories that you would be in, but it gives you keywords too, and keywords are important if you're self-publishing. When you put your book up on Amazon, it asks for 7 keywords. So if you're trying to get your books into these various genres, they're really key to put in the right ones that send people. Keyword is something that, as someone's looking for a book on Amazon, they type in certain words. That's what a keyword is. And
then why is that different to a tag? Something with a hashtag.
Hashtag is something you put on social media to drive attention to a particular topic. So maybe it's book talk. That's what we use, or writer community. This is when you're in Amazon. It's a word that, and if you're doing any advertising on Amazon or BookBub or whatever, keywords are really important because you're trying to find what people are actually typing in to search for your book.
So, and we've talked about this before, about getting as many keywords into your blurb as possible, right? Because that draws people to your. That's what I've heard anyway. Is that right, KJ?
Yeah. Yes, you want your keywords on the Amazon, but then when you're writing just the description that you put up on Amazon, if you can stack them with stuff your blurbs with your keywords,
stuff that blurb,
stuff them in there. You want to make it natural, but if you know what your keywords are and you're trying to get because that's all indexed on Amazon too. When they go to publish your book, they crawl through your blurb, they crawl through your entire book, and they figure out.
I had no idea someone was clawing through my blurb.
They're clawing through it. No, but they make sure.
I like my blurb intact. I don't want them crawling through my blurb. So carry on.
You can pick your categories, but Amazon knows if your categories are right. So they may put you in a different category based on.
Now you're talking about the categories of where they fit in the overall chart. You're talking about something different here. You're talking about the charting, right?
Yes. When you're on Amazon, you might be in literary fiction, historical.
And we've talked about how to get to number one with this before, haven't we? You go and find a category that has not as much competition in it, and how you know that is you go to whatever is number one in that category, and you see how far they are in the overall Amazon. So I remember when we were looking at your book, we were looking at Native American because there were some Native Americans in your book, so that was a part of it. But when we looked at the category, the Native American, I can't remember exactly the name, then the number one in that category was like way down in the Amazon charts. So we know that KJ had a much better chance of getting to number one in that category, which is always nice to get a book to number one, because then Amazon see it and they start promoting it, and it's also nice to be a bestseller. So we would do that, KJ, wouldn't we? When we were looking at where to put them in the charts, we'd try and look through those different words and get the best category for that, which is always really helpful.
Right. And the K-Lytics reports helps you do that as well, because he
good.
Search on what's selling on Amazon right now. So he gives you a plotted chart. First of all, thank you, Reader Writer FB, for sending me all the likes. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I got some likes too. Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. Awesome people. Okay, one thing I forgot, because it's kind of the same thing. I use this. I don't think you use this, but it's KD Spy. Do you know what KD Spy is? Do you use it?
I've used it because you told me about it, and I have it. I just forget about it because I
love it. So KD Spy is really cool because it basically, you can go to anybody's page, author page, and you can find out how many books they're selling on Amazon that month. And this is really important because if you are about to look at a book or look at a genre, you can go and look at the top people in that genre and see how much they're selling, because we all know more genres sell better than other genres. And so KDP, I can go to any of your sites and they will tell me, and it's pretty good at predicting. Like what I'll do with my own site, and I kind of know how much I'm going to earn just by looking at KD Spy, because it's KDP Spy, because it will tell me, and that sits on my what you call it, the bar at the top,
dashboard.
My dashboard. And then I can, anytime I'm in, I can search. It's always really fun to go and see how many the number one person is selling, or it's always fun to go, oh my gosh, they're selling like 500,000 copies or whatever it is. It's always really fun. So I do like KD Spy. It's my little creepy one. They creep around Amazon working out how much everyone's earning. But it's kind of cool because then you can see, like, if you're in a particular genre and you're not selling as much and you feel like you're the same, then you need to be looking at your covers, you need to be looking at your blurb, you need to be looking at your keywords, because if you feel like that book is very similar to yours, you should be probably selling more books. And that's why it's really good to go check and see what other people are doing as far as sales go. Yep, thank you for the likes.
And Reader Writer that I was talking about is Noelle. She's over on my side. She's throwing likes.
Oh, she come over there now. She's flipping and flopping.
Something I have that's very similar to KDP Spy is Publisher Rocket. It's also by Dave Kindlepreneur. And it gives you can do searches, goes directly to Amazon and looks at keyword searches. You can find a book and find out what its keywords are, that they've used. It gives you category information. You can look at your competition. It tells you how much they're making per month, how much they're making overall. So it's got a lot of really good data, good marketing research data. So
what was that called again, KJ?
Publisher Rocket by Kindlepreneur.
Publisher. And how much is that?
I can't remember.
Is it a yearly thing?
Yeah, it's like a yearly thing. I don't think it was too much. It might have been like either 50 or 99 or somewhere in there, but they have sales every so often too. So I'm just looking at my list. I think we hit all of them on my list, but there's something on your list that you haven't talked about yet, Suzanne. Do you know what it is?
Is there something on my list? I don't have a list, KJ.
Well, on my list, one of the things that Suzanne uses, and then I do too, but I just haven't as much. Do you remember? She doesn't know. Let me tell you.
We talked about it an hour ago. Look, I'm going to remember. I don't remember I had for lunch. But Carrie, what was it?
Suzanne uses an audio recording that transcribes.
Oh, okay. Yes, thank you, KJ. I am dyslexic, which is really great fun when you're a writer. But so what I do is I use Audible all the time. I use Audible recordings to help me in any way that I can. So I use two for actually writing first drafts. Excuse me. I actually use Rev, REV, which is you actually have a real person on that. Or I've started using Otter a lot more, KJ, because Otter is getting better. I don't know if you've noticed that. Excuse me. I'm just got a tickle in my throat.
Let me explain to you what she means. She uses her app on your phone, and you just push record, and you go blah, 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 whatever. And then when
normally it's blah, 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 but carry on.
When you're finished, you push send, and it goes to a person who then takes the audio, turns it into a transcribed manuscript, and then it emails it directly to you. And the Rev costs a little bit more because it's an actual person. So if you say, "Hey, this is how you spell this person's name," I'm pronouncing.
If I have a lot of technical words in there, I will normally automatically send it to Rev because Otter is free. And you get so many words a month for Otter. And I actually have the full version, which gives me like 350 hours or something. Like I would never use as much as that. But what I like about the paid option is I can have it uploaded to me as a document. If it uploads from Otter, it's not quite in document format if you've got the free version, just so you know. But I love it. Like I'm literally writing on Otter right now for a new book that I've been playing with, a little book, and that's when I'm playing. I like to use that because then I can it's not as expensive for me when I'm already in a first draft for like a book I'm under contract for. I'm normally in Rev the whole time because I want to get the best version of that I can. But Rev is fast. You send it up. I normally do 2,000 words a day. It takes me 10 minutes to say those words. I know, shock her. I can talk for 10 minutes. So 10 minutes to do that. It comes back. I throw it into Grammarly. That's the other. That's similar to ProWriting Aid, and it gets into ProWritingAid, and then it goes into then it goes into Grammarly, and I fix it from there. And it literally takes me like 20 minutes. To do the from talking, and then 20 minutes to fix. So in half an hour I have 2,000 words ready to go, and then the next day I do another 2,000 words, and I literally will do 10,000 words in a week with Rev. It's really easy. And Otter too. Just Otter isn't a person, it's an AI, so you're going to get some of those words that won't come up. If you are struggling to write a first draft, you're thinking of that, I really suggest you try this. Particularly if you're a verbal person, if you like to tell people stories, then you tell yourself the story and it comes back. I mean, it takes a little while to get used to it because a lot of us write from our brain to our fingers, and you're having to go through brain mouth, which is a little different. But once you get used to it, you'll never want to go. Well, I would never go back because for me, it was so hard to write scenes as a dyslexic person. So I can fix them because Grammarly tells me what words are wrong. But it's like I can't always see them. Do you still use Rev at all, or Otter?
Oh, yes. Someone's asking, is it called Otto, like an app? It's an app. It's OTTER dot.
Like a little animal, Otter.
OTTER.AI.
AI, yeah.
Google
AI, that's important.
Get it on your phone. But the other one that we use, that one Otter has 600 minutes for free a month.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the person doing it, but it'll transcribe it and send it back to you really quick, and then you can fix it and turn it.
You can literally also you can put it in file folders. It does lots of things. You can then send it to your phone as a transcript, and also the recording to your phone or to your computer. So you can literally go in, and if there's a word come up that you didn't like, stupid word that sound right in the sentence, you can just listen to what you said and correct it. The only thing I will say, and I don't know if you've had this with Otter, is sometimes when I've corrected things on the Otter site itself, I have lost work. So that's why I always upload it now and correct it off. I don't know why that is. It might have got better, but if I've corrected it right there on the screen in the app, sometimes the words I've lost work. So I now upload it, but it's so worth it. Yeah, it does sound great, doesn't it? Yeah, some of you saying how it sounds fantastic. Yeah. It really is easy, and you can do it for anything. I mean, if you're writing blogs, or I do it for everything. Somebody just asked me like 10 questions about my life, and I was like, oh my gosh, I did it all in Otter. I was not going to be sitting and talking about my world for 10. So I love people asking me. It's just a lot for me as a dyslexic to like try and come up with 10 questions and answer them. Sorry, KJ, I interrupted you.
It's okay. There's someone here named Gigmeister Media that said, I thought you could dictate into Word. I know that Word will read back to you. There might be a new...
You can do that. It's not great. It's not. I think I know on your Mac you can do that. I've never found that app very great because it doesn't put you'll write, well, for me, I'll say full stop and then it'll write the word full stop, and things like that. It doesn't. That's the only thing I find with that particular app. I've tried that, and you can do that, but I found Otter much better, and what you get is much better. I would say that it's almost a 97 to 98% accuracy, I would say, on Otter for me. I don't know. That's Yeah. But I speak so beautifully. I'm sure it understands everything I'm saying with my Birmingham accent. So Otter is really a Brummie, so it totally understands everything I'm saying.
The other thing, an AI, it learns. So it has some training. Like when you first start out, it has you say a particular sentence so that it can learn your speech patterns, and it gets better over time. It starts to learn your speech patterns and how you do it. The other one that we've used is Temi, Temi. And that one is one that you put directly on your phone. So I talk into my phone, and then once you've set it up, it sends it directly to your email. That one costs a little bit more. It doesn't have the 600 free minutes. They changed it a little bit to start charging, but it's another good one that you can have. Otter, I also have on my phone. So that, to me, that's super easy to have the good recording that your phone has. I think part of the problem with the Word is that the mic is not as sophisticated as necessary.
Yeah, somebody was just saying, I think it was Noelle was saying that she's Word dictate is frustrating. It is frustrating. I'm the same with you. I get sick of it. Sometimes it'll do great, and then other times you're like, I'm ready to throw my computer through the window. Yeah. But Otter's not like that. And Temi is also part, I'm not sure if they still are, we're still part of Rev. It was the automated version of Rev. And I think with Temi, you can actually try it for free for a little while. I think they do that at the beginning. But I found Otter was just as good, and it's free. So out of the two, I would say go and use Otter, and definitely for your blog posts for your blog reviews. I would. Noelle, it's so easy. And even if you've got to correct 2 or 3 words and add in some punctuation, it's so much faster than typing, I find, and particularly for a blog review, because so much of what you say in a blog review is kind of structured similarly. I mean, you're talking about different stories, but you've got a little bit of a blurb, and then you've got, what you liked about the story and blah, blah, blah. So I think that would be perfect. You should try it. It's great. So Otter, OTTER.ai.
Yep, it's great. And then the other thing I use it for is when I have a client meeting, as I'm home and it's all fresh in my head. What do we talk about? I just record everything, and then I go back and make notes and send it to the client so that we both have what we talked about and what we want to do.
It actually is affixed to my Zoom. I didn't know if you know that. I know that's just a paid version. When I actually go on and talk and have a meeting, it's always recorded for me by Otter. So I actually have a transcript, which is great, because particularly when I'm having it's already in there, just pops up. Particularly when I'm having a editorial meeting, because sometimes my editor will say something and I'll be chatting about something else, and I'll go, what did you say about that? and I can just go back, either look at the transcript or listen to what we talked about, which is great. Yeah, it's really helpful.
That is great. I think it must be the paid version because, well, I mean,
Maybe it is. I don't know. But it isn't that expensive. I think it was like $99 for the year. And I think I got it on sale at $79 for the year. So even if you do opt for the paid version, it's still a good value for money. Yeah, compared. So, yeah.
Well, we're right up against the hour. So
we are. Look, that went so fast.
It did. It
did. It was so exciting. I love tools. That's all I would come to. Is like, it's really worth finding different things that work for you to make your work faster. Like, I write a first draft I write 10,000 words a week with no more than about an hour a day working on that because of the AIs that I use. Literally, I go from not always Art, but Rev straight into Grammarly, and then Grammarly straight into Scrivener. And so it's like I have this little thing, and it doesn't take me very long a day because I just work from the day before. So it's great. You're so welcome for the information. Do you write? Do you write as well? Somebody's just asking a question. SQs. Oh no, clues. I'm sorry, Qs. I think it is. Tell me if you write, and what's your first name? So when we see you next week, you can tell us. Which is really fun. So yeah, absolutely. So which would you say out of all those? I know we're finished for the hour, but out of all those, which is your favorite?
Oh my gosh. I'm in love with Atticus right now because I'm doing a lot of formatting for clients, but on a daily basis, I would probably go with Recurpost because it takes that burden of all the social media stuff off of my...
Yeah, me too. Recurpost.
Yeah.
Because you're hitting like so many social medias, LinkedIn, Facebook, you know, Twitter, everything is going on, which I love. So yeah totally.
Saved us. I remember us. That was like the bane of our existence. We're like, I'm so sick of this whole, the social media just uploading that, and both of us we just kind of dropped off the end of the earth with what was it, Hootsuite or something. It was just so annoying.
Hootsuite was too hard.
Oh, annoying! I hated it so.
We kept trying to find different ways to do that, but it was still hard. So.
So yes, we're very happy. Well, here's the deal. Find the full episode on YouTube.
Don't forget, before we go, KJ's books are on sale. We've got to just do that one more time because she has 3 books for 99 cents for all 3. Not 99 cents each, 99 cents for all 3 books. I mean, gosh, I might read them again. Here we go.
These are all available on paperback, of course, but they're
Stealing Time. Show the first one so they know which one to go look for. So Stealing Time is the one that you need to go look for, which is the first book. And the other 2 are Shattering Times is 0. And then Killing Time is 99 cents. That is such a steal of a deal. You go, girl. Oh, see, she said thanks for reminding. Let's see. You have to do it, KJ. You have to push. Yeah, go find them. Let us know if you enjoy them. If you like that kind of book, I'd look forward to hearing from you next week. You do. Okay, so we've got Noelle Holton here next week. Please come join us again because we're so excited to chat to her all about her work, what she does with Bookouture, and also her book, a new book coming out in the fall. We can't wait, right, KJ?
It's so exciting. I can't wait to hear her marketing advice too. And Bookouture, she could talk a little bit about the company that publishes.
Wonderful company.
So yeah, I think that's going to be a really interesting interview. Learning about her books is definitely my genre. I'm going to have to find her book and put it into my queue of the next thing I'm reading because that is totally my jam.
Cool.
Yes. Well, find us on YouTube. The full episode will be on KJ Waters on YouTube and Suzanne
Kelman. Yeah. Okay. Take care. See you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.